13 Central. 502.
You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency. Welcome back to another episode of MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman. This one is a day a little bit later than usual. I know I didn't usually put out Sunday night, but I didn't. So it's my bad. It happens sometimes. But yesterday I just didn't feel like doing much of nothing, so I didn't. Guess my pay will just have to get docked on it, all right? Considering I don't get paid for doing this. So anyway, we'll call this one story time. I didn't have no guest or anything, and so figured we'd just tell a few little stories. I got some just from today. So, let's get this shit started. I did get into a very little short pursuit today around 10:30ish. I had just left the courthouse from turning in some overtime sheets and got approved to go to an upcoming class in August that I want to go to. A 2-day class on dealing with mental illness and some de-escalation techniques. I left and I was just driving. I was in my unit. We had a heat advisory out today. So it was like 95 degrees. It felt like it was 100 plus. Anyway, I was in my unit. And the road I was on was 30 miles an hour in this area. This white car comes on and just sucks the paint off of me. Well, so I get on up behind him. So we go from the 30 to 45, which at this point, at the 45, he is up to 80 miles an hour. I'm like, okay, he's kind of not maintaining his lane very well at all. So I'm like, fuck, dude's, doing close to 40 miles an hour speed limit, not maintaining his lane. So anyway, I light him up. I activate my lights on my unit. Well, he had no reaction to it, so I activated my siren also. So I'm right behind this guy, lights and siren. And he didn't slow down one bit. He actually sped up. So I get closer behind him, call his plate in to dispatch, advise him what I have going on at this moment, to give him my direction and everything. We got at this point, as I'm calling it dispatch, we are at 93 and a 60. Or 65, I'm sorry, 93 and 65. We actually got up to speeds up to 103. It was very, very, very light. There was no traffic around us at all. So, calling in, got direction, had several units coming at this point. Coming to a railroad crossing, he slows down. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to slow down a little bit just because the crossing's bumpy and take back off. Well, he slows down and he pulls over on this bridge area. Of course, I'm calling in, telling, dispatch, we're pulling over here. Guy gets out of his vehicle. Of course, I exited my vehicle. You know, just full on felony stop at this point. I don't know what's going on. So I exit, keeping my distance, using my door as a barrier because he started approaching. I pointed my weapon at him, started giving him verbal commands, and he turned around. He kept trying to turn around. I told him, turn around, keep your hands where I can see him. The regular felony stop stuff that you basically see on TV and everything else. About this time, a uniformed guy showed up. He had him at gunpoint. Also, we get him in a position that we wanted him in, and I kept cover. Uniformed guy goes up, cuffs him, searches him. We advised dispatch we're code 4 at this time, one detained. Edgar Allan Popo showed up. It was his shift. He was there. And the coroner who monitors our radio and has radio stuff, he ended up actually stopping too for me. I appreciate it. Never have too much backup. And anyway, I go up to the guy. This uniform guy had searched him. I searched him again twice. I said, dude, what the hell are you doing? Why wouldn't you stop? I mean, lights and sirens behind you. I never saw you. What? Well, he wasn't running because his vehicle was 100% legal. Plates, insurance, motor vehicle inspection sticker, even a real one, because fake motor vehicle inspection stickers, they're pretty rampant out in the area I work. He was a real inspection. I mean, his vehicle was 100% legit. His driver's license valid. No drugs whatsoever in the car. Well, Edgar Allan Popo advised me that he's basically a local dummy that they had just was dealing with not too long ago. That up until recently, this guy he just made 30. So this kid basically, he's never been in any trouble. He's got, I think, one charge, recently on him. And that's it. It might be a little 103M. I think he might be going through some kind of mental thing. 103M, if you ever hear cops say it in our area, means they had some mental patient. But he did have his shirt on backwards, inside out. For all you old school people like me, I was thinking this motherfucker thinks he's crisscross. That's an old rap group. Was made up of two young guys. I'm talking, juveniles, and they used to wear all their clothes backwards. They called themselves crisscross. Anyway, he said he was in a hurry to get to this school because they called because his daughter was sick or something. I don't know. So I advised him that's not an excuse to drive like an idiot. But for some reason, I mean, I just got that gut feeling the guy was actually telling me the truth. He was probably driving. A lot of people, too many people, do not know that the mirrors on the side of your car and on your windshield are to look to see what's beside you and behind you, not to look in the mirror at yourself. It's not what they're made for. He might have had his radio up because as soon as he slowed down and drove chase, he pulled over. And everything was legal and he had no drugs, no warrants or nothing. So there was absolutely no reason for this guy to be running from me. So I went with my gut. I've been doing this long enough. Went with the gut. Didn't arrest the guy, which we could have. Could have arrested him for resisting by flight and reckless operation. I mean, he was doing way up like the 103 and a 65. So I just wrote him the ticket for the speeding violation. Told him to pay more attention and let him go. So I did. So That happened today, 10:30. And so that was fun, right? I told Todd this morning it was gonna be one of them fucking days because at 6:45 this morning, I was in jurisdiction. I always try to get there a little early. I mean, I had a motherfucker. He was driving, kind of pretty stupid in my standard. Next thing I know, he turns his blinker on and just cuts me the fuck off. Like I had to hit my brakes. So I pulled this dumbass over, and he's like, "Well, I turned my blinker on." Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, you did. But just because you turn your blinker on, don't give you the fucking right to just change lanes indiscriminately like that and almost cause a wreck. I cheated about, gave him a fucking warning. It's fucking 6:45 in the morning. It's already 80 degrees outside at 7 o'clock, let's say. And this motherfucker had a hoodie on. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, he said he was late for something very important. And everybody's always late for something very important in their life. I told him next time I caught him, it wasn't going to be in his favor this time. So he might want to pay attention what the fuck he's doing. Stop and get some coffee with Todd. And I told him, I said, it's going to be one of them fucking days. I'm telling you, it's just going to be one of them days. Guess what? Got in a fucking car chase. Happened to be just that. Now, last week, I pulled these two ladies over from Texas. I don't remember how fast they were going. It was at least 11 over, right? I think that day I was actually doing about 15. But anyway, pulled them over on the interstate. They are eastbound. They're coming from Texas, going east into, towards Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, all this stuff like that. When I pull them over, I come back to give them a ticket, having a little conversation. Of course, I had told there was a girl driving in her 20s and other lady. Well, I said, you shouldn't be driving like that. I mean, she was going pretty fast, I think. I said, you shouldn't be going that fast with your sister in the car. Which just tickled the lady that was with her, which I think it was her mama. And she just loved it. Short conversation. I told them to be careful on their trip, but it came out they had left Texas. They were heading to Alabama wait for it, for what? Were they going on vacation? No. Were they moving? No. They were going to Alabama. I was told because the driver, and I'm assuming the passenger said she was too, but to get her hair washed and cut or did, however you want to call it. I said, what? I said, you're driving from Texas to Alabama to get your hair washed and cut? I said, I said, honey, I said, I got hot water and some head and shoulders at my house. You driving all the way. I said, I hope to God that she gives the best freaking scalp massage you ever got in your life. But anyway, I joked with them a little bit. Two nice, very nice ladies. But yes, driving from Texas to Alabama. That's, you gotta go through Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and then to Alabama. That is a long fucking way to get your hair washed and cut. A long way. There's no freaking way. But these two ladies were doing it. They were going that far. So I hope I doubt they listen to me, but I hope they got the hair did and it was good. So that was a first one for me. I never had people driving, 3 states, 3 or 4 states over just for a hairdo. Have any of y'all had that? I don't want to forget. Like I said, I don't have anything written down. I do this shit off the cuff. I always say, if you're if you listen, I don't like to say I have fans because I don't think I have fans. I have, I guess, family members, club members. How's that? My club members from the clubhouse, my studio. Not club member. That's what, yeah, I'm just club member. So anyway, got a club member. Not saying no name. He is out of California. Anyway, he did email me a couple stories, and I'm going to read this one. Y'all know, anybody who's been listening to me a long time, all know that I'm always fucking with Freebird about not having no naked stories. If y'all wondering, I talk to Freebird anywhere from 3 times a week minimum to more. If I'm not tough, I don't talk to him. I text him. I'm constantly checking up on him. He'll eventually be back on. He's doing as well as can be expected from the circumstances and situation we all know that happened to Mrs. Freebird, which, you know, still breaks my heart when I think about it. Way too young. And that they were best friends. So he's probably doing better than, like I said, a lot of people would. But, you know, it's hard, and I understand. You know, he'll be back. We talk about it and stuff like that. It's just, it hadn't been that long. It's still new. And, like I said, y'all keep Freebird in y'all's thoughts about stuff like that. But he's going to be back. Anyway, this story was then basically because we always talk about it, and Freebird never had one. Anyway, we'll read the story as best I can. My such articulate voice. I don't know, maybe we can do some little background music on it. How's that? Let's see what we're gonna pick. I don't know how long the background music on all of them are, so let's just pick one. And if it's not that long, we'll add some more to it. How's that? Anyway, it says, "Hey, Iceman. Every time I listen to the podcast, it brings back memories specific to an episode topic. Here's a naked incident that is kind of sad at the end. I was working at Pebble Beach. I've never been to Pebble Beach. I think that's pretty fucking cool. For their first ever food and wine festival. It was April, and it was cold, so he wanted to be prepared. He had an undershirt, uniform shirt, and a sweater, and a uniform jacket on, and it was barely keeping him warm. It says the original post there, he was guarding a tent they had with all the wine stored, several $1,000s worth of wine. I'm sure it was probably a shit ton of wine, Pebble Beach. But on one of the days, I was in the tent, which they didn't care what we did as long as nothing happened to the wine. So I had a perfect setup. I had a table, a chair, and had found a spot where I couldn't feel the cold wind that much. Plus I had a power strip, which I was told to use to power up anything we had. So I took a portable DVD TV player, which only picked up 3 local channels, but had plenty of DVDs to get me through the night. They would rather us be able to see TV and movies and be awake than to sit bored and fall asleep. Yeah. But did they let you sample any of that high-dollar wine? I doubt it, because that would probably make you go to sleep. After about 45 minutes, the security director drove up and told me he was moving me for a few hours as a reward for being there since the first day of setup and for nothing going missing in my tent, which I was there guarding the empty tent the first night. Don't say that. After a coworker got there, he was driven over to the other side of Pebble Beach and was put outside a tent where the VIP party was going to happen in a few minutes. He's getting ready to hang out with the high-polluting, high-dollar people. You know, them rich people. Them rich people, huh? So nothing really happened for a few hours. I was mostly there just to be a glorified babysitter, making sure no one went into the golf course. Right next to me there was a bench, and people would go there to get fresh air or to get a smoke break. One time a girl in her mid-20s went to get fresh air but ended up tripping on the gravel and falling down. She had one of those spaghetti string dresses that the strings tied in the back. Well, the dress not only fell off, but one of the strings broke, and she had nothing on underneath. She got up and stood there naked, but was so intoxicated that she had no clue what was going on. Immediately, a guy tried to take her over to the golf course area, which after a few feet it was pitch black and you needed a flashlight to be able to see where you were walking. I assumed every negative scenario, so I stopped them from leaving. I called one of the female bartenders, told her what happened. She took a beach towel and covered her up and called the 2 sheriff deputies working overtime security detail over to her. I then told one of them what happened. While the other deputy was talking, running the guy through dispatch, the guy got escorted off the property. After he came back clean, the girl turned out she had a room at the hotel there, so she was taken to her room to sober up. So obviously he wasn't with her, that he was going to take her to the golf course and not back to her room. So he didn't know her. Sounded like you might have saved that girl a very bad experience. Several of the hotel employees and bartenders were surprised of how I handled the situation. He ended up getting free non-alcoholic drinks the rest of the night, plus got free dinner. When I left to go back to his wine tent, the hotel gave him a bag full of snacks and drinks as the VIP party was over at midnight, and I was told at the wine tent until 0700. The situation was funny at first. All she had on was a dress, and she was so intoxicated it didn't register to her what was naked. But was she good looking? But it was sad as well on how the first thing the guy thought about was to take advantage of the situation. That's how some dirtbag motherfuckers are. Gonna take advantage of a drunk girl. Can only assume what would happen if you hadn't. Yeah, you're right. Good thing you were there. Good thing you were there. You did a good job. Good job. And she was naked, and Freebird hadn't got to see it. So that is a drunk naked email I got from a club member, and I appreciate it greatly. Got 2 more from them. We will save for another story time night. We're going to move right on along. Let's say this one. Last week also, pull this guy over, pull him over, Texas tags, heading back towards Texas. And I come back with my gizmo to issue him his citation. And he starts in on me. Well, I wasn't sure it was me, or is it this car or that car? And I said, sorry, I was using a LiDAR. It's 100% you. The same fucking spiel I always say. So I explained to him, as usual, by signing this, it is not admission of guilt. All it states is either you're going to pay the citation or show up in court on the specified court date that's on the citation. The copy I will give to you. He's sitting there, he's looking at it. Well, I would like to be able to read the conditions of this ticket before I sign it. I said, sir, it is digital. I cannot print it out until after you sign it. He's just sitting there looking at it. He's like, well, I said, sir, you have 2 options. And these are the only 2 options you have at this point. Either you can sign the citation and either pay it, which is admitting guilt, or you can come to court on the specified court date, plead not guilty to the charge of speeding, and then you can come back for another court date and they'll subpoena me, and you can have your time in front of the judge. Or number 2, you refuse to sign the ticket, I place you under arrest. I transport you to our local jail facility. I have your vehicle towed. You will bond out of jail on the charge of the speeding I'm going to charge you with. Same thing here. have to get a bail bondsman or something to bond you out of jail, then you will be issued a court date where you're going to have to come and appear in front of the judge. There will be no other option at that point. Plus, you're going to have to get your car out of impound, which is after hours. That's going to cost more, but it's all up to you. Do you want option A or do you want option B? Because there is no C. Well, Mr. Texas man chose option A. Good. That was probably a smart move to do. Come on, people. It's a fucking ticket. It's not like I got you signing a fucking affidavit admitting that you raped 4 Oompa Loompas and murdered them afterwards. Come on. It's a fucking speeding ticket. Plead guilty or not guilty. I mean, I don't care. Either way, what you do. It's a speeding ticket. You did not murder somebody. Stop being dickheads. I mean, just being a fucking dick over a damn ticket. I understand people get pissed off about it and shit because it's getting in the pocketbook. But you know what? I had a guy the other day, Saturday, got all pissed, kind of started to get pissy with me. When I pulled him over, and I guess they didn't have tinted windows, and he was throwing, he started to throw a little hissy inside the car. I could see him. So I'm like, here I go. Well, damn. I get up there. And at first, he kind of had a little attitude at first, and he made a little smart ass comment, and I looked at him. I said, I don't know why you're mad at me. You're the one that had the foot on the accelerator pedal. So if you want to be mad at somebody, maybe you ought to be mad at yourself, sir. Got his license, came back. When I came back, his attitude had gotten better. I guess maybe he put himself in timeout or realized that the Iceman was right. I'm not the one that made him speed. I'm the one that caught him doing it. But if you want to speed, it's just like gambling. Take the chance, roll the dice. 99% of the time, you're going to get away with it. But that 1% that the time I do catch you, take your lick. Don't be a bitch about it. Take your lick. Pay your ticket. Or don't pay it. Get a warrant. Come to court, fight it. Don't care. Don't care. I'm going to come to court. We can do all that fun shit. Okay. I'm not going to keep this one super long since we're just telling stories. I don't know if y'all want me stories y'all want me to tell. I don't want to bore y'all. Oh, well, I'm thinking about it. I did get a new review on Apple. I'm going to pull it up. Let people, whoever did it, I don't know who did it, but they listen. And I appreciate it tremendously. I like reading reviews. Let's know people, kind of appreciate it a little bit, and people enjoy what you're talking about. And I'm just the old stupid redneck country boy, so I think it's kind of neat. Anyway, the latest review is from someone. It's NA100775. I think it came through last Monday. It says awesome 5 stars review. Thank you very much. NA100775. Anyway, they wrote, crap. Don't lose it. Absolutely love the show. The frank language, the story, sometimes heartbreaking, sometimes funny, as all get out. Really appreciate the end of watch EOW announcements as well, even though it makes me bawl my eyes out. Keep it up and thank you for your service. Thank you, NA. Appreciate your review. Don't mean to make you cry, but God, I'm going to keep putting their names out there because nobody, I mean, they got another podcast that he's got a law enforcement related. He does an end of watch type thing, and I just do mine once a month, and I'm going to keep doing it because I want everybody to hear these men and women that gave their lives and sacrificed for other people. That everybody hear them that wants to listen to me. I do want to thank all the listeners, all the club members, for all y'all support and listening. And like I said, tell your friends, or spread it. Get people. The more listeners we get, bigger we'll get. Like I said, I'm Not trying to make no money on this at all, but I'd like to get bigger. I'd like to get it out there more. Maybe get some more guests and stuff on. I'll be honest with y'all. I mean, it's hard sometimes getting guests. I mean, that's probably one of the hardest parts about it is getting guests. And so get it out there, spread the word, get people to listen. Or you know, some people that want to be guests, hey, get them in touch with me. All right, one more story on this one. On this one, I got something else to talk about, and I'm gonna let y'all go. We'll be back Wednesday. I think Doc's gonna be here. Supposed to be here. As far as I know, he's gonna be here anyway. He hadn't said anything different. Anyway, this was from a couple months ago. I pulled a guy over for doing 83 and a 60. Just 23 over. That's a good one. Of course, here comes the excuses. Oh man, I just buried my stepmom. I said, today? No, he didn't bury her today. But it was recently. He said, no, it wasn't that, but it was recently. Okay, well, sorry for your loss, but do you have another excuse? I mean, she could have been buried, 2 weeks ago. Don't give, what? I mean, okay. So that was not a very good reason. Then he hands me a temporary driver's license. In Louisiana, on the gizmo, I can print out a temp license, but on the handwritten citations on the bottom of it, there's a little rip-off part. It's a temporary license. I can fill out and sign it, put the purchase information on it if I'm keeping their driver's license, which is, it's called a temporary license. Some places still take the people's license in lieu, for a bond to pay the ticket or show up in court to get their license back. Most departments have gone away from that, but I guess there's a few of them that still do. Anyway, this guy hands me this temporary license because another cop had taken his license for another driving offense, which must have been pretty bad if he got his license yanked from him. And he had no MVI, motor vehicle inspection sticker, which I've said what those were before. I'm not going to keep explaining stuff because it bore people. Anyway, I give the guy a break for the MVI. Didn't write him for it. And when I came back, I just reached for the speeding, the 83 and the 60. And I'm not going to write you for the MVI, expired MVI. And he looks at me and says, why didn't I pull over the other car? I said, I clocked you when you jumped out into the right lane to pass the other car. I said, but if you want to argue, you can take this to court, sir. I said, because you're going to lose this 100% of the time on the side of the road. And I can always add this other violation to it if you'd like, since I'm being nice and only charge you with one thing instead of two things. But you won't question me about it? Really? Anyway, he shut the fuck up. He took his one ticket. He's just, come on, people. Are you that fucking just stupid? The cop's giving you a break. And you can argue. Well, why didn't you pull him over? He was, motherfucker, because you were jumped out in the lane and was passing him. If I'm fishing, and they got a big fucking fish over here that weighs 10 pounds. And they got a little fucking fish over here that weighs 5 pounds. Which fucking fish are you going to try to catch? The 5-pound fish or the 10-pound fish? Me personally, I'm going to try to catch the 10-pound fish. Most people are going to do that. Shut up and stop being a crybaby. Take your fucking ticket. You just got a break. Oh, and I am enjoying my so delicious salted watermelon whiskey from Old Smoky. I need to go talk to the people at the store, see if they can order me that root beer, the root beer whiskey that Old Smoky makes. I'd like to get that and play with it a little bit and find out what's the best way to mix it. Would it be good, the root beer whiskey with cream soda? Maybe that would taste kind of like a root beer float. Or Should take the root beer whiskey and put it with maybe some Barks root beer with a shot of vanilla in it. How would that taste? I don't know. I got to get some and start mixing it different ways to see how it tastes. So, y'all wish me luck on that shit. But I got to get my hands on the root beer whiskey. I need it. I need it. So anyway, today, pulled over a car. Was not going super fast at all. I think it was like 73. I was just pulling people over there. I wasn't getting high rollers that much, so I was doing my 11 over thing. This car was doing 73. It's a minivan. Let's see what kind of music we can put with this one here. Let's see. All right, here we go. Anyway, pulled this minivan over. Had Washington.
Some call me a sinner for the things I've done.
I don't know if we're going to use that music since it's got words with it. Anyway, this one is a minivan with Washington State plates on it. First thing I'm thinking I'm taking, when I pulled out and saw them plates, I'm like, great. Got me some Yankees from way up north. Well, it wasn't. It was a rental vehicle. There's two ladies in it. The lady driving. They from Florida. They find out they sell Mardi Gras supplies. They've been driving around. Right. She was in her 60s. And I said, "Why ain't you retired?" Her partner says that she likes to work too much. I said, "What about your husband?" She's like, "Oh, she made his ass go back to work too. And he's 74 years old." It's like, yeah, she's a fucking slave driver. I said, "What does he do?" He's I said, "In construction, you making this man work outside?" She said, "No, he works in the office." Anyway, they both working. She got her partner, which I just realized. I don't think the partner's name's on this card she gave me. So you'll have to email me, give me your partner's name. Because I thought both of y'all's name was on the card. Anyway, they sell, the name of their business is called the Mardi Gras Collection. Her name's kgraham. And they had all kind of stuff in there. Mardi Gras clothes. Her passenger, she had these Mardi Gras, I guess like legging things on or something. She tried to give them to me. I said, "That keep your pants on. You can't be taking it." No, I'm joking. She didn't do that. I told her I was going to say that though. Anyway, two great nice ladies that sell Mardi Gras. Their business is called the Mardi Gras. I'm getting tongue tied. Mardi Gras Collection, and the lady was kgraham. If y'all would like to order some Mardi Gras stuff, I don't know what all kind of Mardi Gras. I know they sell some clothing items. I assume they sell beads and stuff. So anyway, I will put their the other lady's name in the card. Anyway, get in touch with kgraham. And I'm going to put her phone number and their email address in the show notes. So if y'all want to order some Mardi Gras stuff. And her partner, I found out. Yeah. Her partner, man, she's a single lady. She's single and ready to mingle. They said they were going to stay at a hotel the night before. I think they were heading into Texas. Told her to make sure that she didn't end up in the hotel bar too much. Being a partier. She tried to say she wasn't a partier. I don't believe her. So if you're looking for a single lady, Miss Katie Graham's partner in crime, which her name ain't on this card, email me. And we'll get her name out there. We're gonna find this. We're gonna get her a date. We'll find her a date. Who wants to go on a date with the Mardi Gras lady? You know what they say? What you do is you get them big expensive beads. What them ladies do for them beads, right? Anyway, super nice ladies. I ended up. I was un-ice-manned on them. I gave them a break. Miss Graham did say she did listen to podcasts and got her subscribed right there on the side of the road. Hope she enjoys it and gives me a 5-star review. 5 stars and writes me a review. So it was fun. I hope they enjoy listening to this episode. The Mardi Gras collections. Call them, they may even, when they're way home, they just stop by. Get you to order some stuff. Mardi Gras clothes, beads. I don't know if they sell them Mardi Gras thongs. I mean, does somebody really wear those? No, I wouldn't think so. Anyway, y'all check them out. Like I said, I'm going to put their stuff in I'll put their phone numbers and email address and stuff in the show notes. All right, well, it's Monday. Like I said, I was a day late putting it out. I'm a whole bunch of dollars short. So, like I said, I hope everybody's having a good week. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Bam is working on my MOTORCOP cup, and then when we do a live show, I'll be able to put it up. If in epoxy cups or anything like that, though, y'all can go check out Perfectly Dysfunctional Designs on Facebook. She posts all her pictures of all her cups and stuff she does make. She made a cool Jack Daniels cup recently. It's sold quick at the store, too. Y'all go check that shit out. You order it from her, we'll ship it out. She'll gladly make you some cups. Very soon we'll have some MOTORCOP stuff, hopefully. Yeah, I'll come back Wednesday. I already got a couple fucking awesome stories, news shit we're going to talk about. And I already sent one to Doc earlier and said we're talking about this shit. And usually I don't send them to him today, too. I already sent him this story. And he's like, oh, yes, we are. So remember, you can get in touch with me at motorcopchronicles@gmail.com or on Facebook at MotorCop Chronicles Podcast. I'm on Twitter at MotorC. Not real active on Twitter. I do have a Rumble account. Y'all check it out. Put some videos up on it, stuff like that. Go check the Rumble account out. Easiest way to get in touch with me right now is email or on Facebook. Oh, go like and subscribe on YouTube. Go like my YouTube channel, and if you're not a Facebook person, go to YouTube and go to the MotorCop Chronicle Podcast YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the little bell thingy. When I do live shows every Wednesday. Sometimes on Sundays, when I do a live show, it'll notify you that we're going live. You can get on there and comment, watch, or whatever. It's always a good time. We got people that come on there and like to interact and stuff like that. So anyway, hopefully some of y'all will come back Wednesday for the live feed. Like I said, we go live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. MotorCop Chronicles Podcast on Twitch also. If you listen, like I said, if you're on Apple, go give me a 5-star review. Write me a review. Helps with the algorithm. The more reviews and stuff you get, the higher it puts you up in the search engine. More people can find you. And I appreciate it. And until Wednesday, remember to smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.
I'm cranking up on the throttle. This